The hurricane that blew through the West Wing today. Steve Bannon turning on this White House, turning on the president's family. President Trump's one-time chief strategist and close friend now calling that meeting at Trump Tower with Don Jr., Jared Kushner, and that Russian lawyer, quote, treasonous. Tonight, the president is now firing back. ABC senior White House correspondent Cecilia Vega leading us off.
Former White House chief strategist Steve Bannon tonight out with bombshell accusations about that now infamous Trump Tower meeting. Donald Trump Jr., Jared Kushner, campaign chairman Paul Manafort, and a Russian lawyer whom they were told had dirt on Hillary Clinton. In an explosive new book, Bannon calls the sit-down treasonous, unpatriotic, and he says Team Trump, quote, should have called the FBI immediately. Don Jr. has downplayed the meeting.
In retrospect, I probably would have done things a little differently. For me, this was opposition research.
His father has defended him.
I think from a practical standpoint, most people would have taken that meeting. It's called opposition research or even research into your opponent.
The president insists he was not aware of the meeting during the campaign. But Bannon says there's no way that's true, saying the chance that Donald Trump Jr. didn't walk the attendees right up to his father's office after the meeting ended was, quote, zero. And he warns they're going to crack Don Jr. like an egg on national TV. Just months ago, the president lavished praise on his former chief strategist.
I have a very good relationship, as you know, with Steve Bannon. Steve's been a friend of mine for a long time. I like Steve a lot.
Tonight, an unprecedented public rebuke. The president saying in a statement, quote, Steve Bannon has nothing to do with me or my presidency. When he was fired, he not only lost his job, he lost his mind. The president accuses Bannon of leaking to reporters and exaggerating his role, adding, Steve is learning that winning isn't as easy as I make it look.
I think furious, disgusted would probably certainly fit when you make such outrageous claims and completely false claims against the president, his administration, and his family.
The bombshell book, Fire and Fury, is due out next week. ABC News obtained an advanced copy. Veteran journalist Michael Wolff obtaining extraordinary access to the West Wing. He reports that many on Team Trump, including the candidate himself, thought they would lose, and that campaign manager Kellyanne Conway was actively interviewing for a TV job. Wolff says First Lady Melania Trump did not want her husband to win and was in tears when he did. He also writes that daughter Ivanka discussed with her husband the possibility of running for president herself one day. The White House dismissing it all as trashy tabloid fiction.
So let's bring in Cecilia Vega tonight. And Cecilia, we also listened as the White House was pressed today on how this writer got so much access to the West Wing. It's hard for reporters like you to know these visits occur because the Trump White House doesn't release visitor logs. So how was he granted so much access? And did he, in fact, speak with the president?
Well, David, because we don't have these White House logs, we only have the White House's word to go on. They today told us that this author was at the White House more than a dozen times. 95% of that, they say, was at the request of Steve Bannon. They also concede that this author did have one very brief conversation with President Trump after he was elected. David, the author says that he spoke to more than 200 people, many of them the president's closest aides.
All right, a lot of time spent in the West Wing. Cecilia, thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.